Hell to the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you. Just got done doing an interview over on Chris Knight, the Real Review 3000. Please go subscribe to Chris Knight. Going to be on Rogue Entertainment this week. Looking forward to that. Thank you to everybody in the chat for showing up. Please share out the link and smash the like. I have the opportunity of interviewing someone that I've been able to do. I was able to do a couple Pegasus actual podcasts with. She worked with Supreme Heretic, Drew Taylor. Guys, please check out Supreme Heretic. Great channel. I did that show for years. And then the last year, just something came up. And I had seen people come and go. And it broke my heart not to be able to be there for that last season. But people like Brightest Day and Arwyn Avalon came and saved the day and put a great show on for everybody. For those of you out there who love Battlestar Galactica. Without further ado, I want to introduce my guest who we're going to be talking to for the next hour. Please welcome Arwyn Avalon. How are you, sweetie?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's birthday.
Oh, and happy birthday,
working.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, guys, please.
That happens.
If you haven't. No, it never stops. You got to keep working. Got to keep doing your thing. Guys, if you would please share out links for Arwyn Avalon's channel. Subscribe if you have not. Arwyn, so tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do on YouTube?
I'm not really sure. To be honest, I mean, it's a pop culture community, but to be honest, I don't do a whole lot of pop culture on my channel. I talk a lot. I share a lot of my stories of my life. I drink. That, pretty much I have a good time, Stephen. I have a good time. That's what I do.
I know you do. I had the pleasure of stopping by a stream. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and you and the ladies were streaming and laughing, talking about some whack shit. And I'm like, oh, this is my type of conversation. Where have I been? Why am I not hanging out in this chat every Saturday?
We're not very filtered. It just kind of comes in our brains. Out the mouth, there you go. And I think everyone's pretty used to it. So they're like, oh yeah, that's them talking again. Okay, no telling what they're going to talk about, but we'll pop in and we'll just see. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I just share shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. Are you kidding?
Got bad mouth too. My kids are like, Mom, you used to not cuss at all, but since you've been in Valhalla, your language is. I'm like, I'm an adult. Damn it, it is what it is. So,
who are your YouTube friends? Who do you stream with? Who do you hang out with?
Oh gosh, let's see. Mary's Game Room, Mark the Infinitely Tired, Daryl the Derelict, Darth Arlena, Fat Steven Seagal, Loki, Eris, Drew. T-shirted historian. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Anyway,
can't remember everybody.
They're out there. Zach, he's in the chat. Zach. Sometimes I'll stream with memes. I'll pop on and he'll be talking about scientific stuff, and I'll bring the metaphysical side.
Nice.
So yeah, just wherever I can, wherever I'm wanted, wherever I'm asked, wherever I just kind of pop up here and there. I've streamed with Maria.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love Maria. Maria's just
Maria's amazing. She's a doll. Yeah, I love her too. I really haven't had a chance. There's so many people in our community. You don't really have a chance to work with everyone we'd like to, but the friendships that we make here are very, very powerful, in my opinion.
I agree with that. With that.
So, so tell us about what are your favorite sci-fi franchises, fantasy? What's your favorite entertainments? What do you like?
Okay, my top favorite sci-fi is Babylon 5. Love Babylon 5. That's been my favorite for years and will continue to. Let's see. Star Trek, of course. The originals, not this new. What
not
if
a
you just stay over there? You can just stay over there and I'll take, the originals. Deep Space Nine is my favorite of the Star Trek. Captain Sisko, yay. And yes, he was a captain, y'all. I don't want to hear that every time I say that. He wasn't really a captain. Yes, he was made a captain, so don't get it twisted. Of course, Star Wars. I grew up on Star Wars. Love Star Wars. Firefly, if that's really, that's sci-fi. It's sci-fi. Cowboys meet sci-fi. Farscape, Battlestar Galactica. That's my number 2 favorite. That's up there with Babylon 5. Love Battlestar Galactica. And yeah, so those are pretty much my core ones that I go back to again and again, and that keep me sane. So, yeah.
What
But
is it about?
I'm mainly a fantasy girl. I'm mainly a fantasy girl, but that's science fiction. That's my stuff.
Gotcha. Well, what about you mentioned Babylon 5. What is it that draws you back to Babylon 5? What does it make it? What does that make? Why is that so special to you?
Two reasons. One is a damn good story, and the characters are incredibly fleshed out. The storylines they're rich, they're diverse. They tackle issues of the day without beating you over the head with issues of the day, you know, and a lot of things they talk about, like with Star Trek, is still relevant for today. And also, it was a series that my late husband introduced me to, and that kind of became our show. And then when he passed away, that became my show, if that makes any sense. You know, I kind of took that mantle, and I found things about it that I love on my own. And last year, my son wanted to sit down and watch it. He was like, you know, I want to do something to honor Dad. Let's sit down and watch this. And every time I watch it, because we used to watch it once a year, and every time I watch it, I find something new. I see something I didn't notice before, and it never gets old. It never gets old. The last season could have been tweaked a bit, but you know, they had issues, so I can't really blame them for that. But
Yeah, they didn't know they were going to have it.
yeah. So you can go straight from season 4 to the very last episode of Sleeping in Light, and it'll all wrap up. But if y'all are gonna watch it, start with the movie and don't start with season 2. I know there's some well-meaning people out there that start with season 2. No, movie, then season 1, or you'll be lost. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
do it.
Yeah. What fantasy do you like?
Oh, Lord of the Rings, top of the list. Lord of the Rings. I love that story. Anything Tolkien. I'm trying to get to the Silmarillion, y'all. It's just like reading a friggin' textbook with no punctuation. I mean, I know it does have punctuation, but it's not a novel. Don't sit down and expect to be reading The Hobbit but anyway, I'm trying to get through that. I've started several times and I'm just like, but yeah, Lord of the Rings is top fantasy. I love Harry Potter. Took me a long time to get into Harry Potter. Matter of fact, Harry Potter was over when I got into Harry Potter. Yeah, it was. I think the last movie had just come out and it was done, the last of the last. And I decided, well, let me give this a try, and I love it. So yeah. And go ahead.
Why was it difficult for you to get into when it came out?
To be fair, I was in church. I was in a very, very conservative church.
Oh,
you know, it is what it is, but it was like, maybe not, maybe. And it was one of those things where I secretly wanted to watch it, but everyone was like, so I didn't, because I was in leadership with my husband, so I couldn't, you know, I didn't want to be a bad influence on him. But once we got out, I'm like, damn it, I'm looking up Harry Potter and I'm going to find this stuff out for myself. And I was hooked. Truth is truth, y'all, you know, none to hide. So yeah, that's what it is. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Outlander. I was talking with Mary and Arlene about Outlander. That's very fantasy related with a lot of history. Love that. Gosh, yeah, just about anything fantasy, and I'm there. You know, I'm a big D&D head, so ever since I was little, I fell in love with D&D and fantasy. I always go back to fantasy. Always. I love sci-fi, but fantasy's my jam. So I guess because I've always wanted to be a princess in a tower with a tiara. You know, just call me Princess Peach. Oh, well.
Is there anything current that you're into? Any current fantasy or entertainments that you enjoy? Well, you said Outlander. You mentioned that.
Yeah, Outlander. But I'm waiting until the new season's over so then I can binge watch it all at once, because I hate watching it and then having to wait a week. I'm impatient. I want to get it all done at once. So I'm waiting for that. But no, I've been watching older stuff. You know, I've been watching things that have already come and gone. But not nothing really anything new. You know, I've thought about starting Moon Knight. I've heard good things and bad things about that, but I may start that just to check it out, see what that's like. But I've been disappointed in a lot of new stuff, so I'm kind of sticking with what I know works. Makes me happy, so I don't get frustrated. You
So
know.
Arwyn, tell us. I mean, so tell us about yourself when you were a kid. What were your likes? What did you do? Who's little
I was
Arwyn?
spoiled. I was spoiled. I was the youngest of 4 children and the only girl. So I was
You were
spoiled. But
protected.
I was very protected because by the time I was born, my oldest brother was, I think, 13 or 14. So when I was, 5, he was senior in high school, if not, just graduated. And
Mm.
then, then he had about 3 years later, my other brother was born. And then my mom waited 8 years and had my other brother. And then 3 years later had me. So there was like 2 sets of kids in
I
the house.
gotcha.
There was a little break there for her. But I was never spoiled to the point where I didn't appreciate what I had. And I'm really thankful to my parents for that. Because my dad started working when he was 6. He was shining shoes. Soldiers would come in off the trains
Wow.
and he'd have his little shoe thing. And because his dad was in the Navy, so he was gone a lot. They didn't have a lot of money. And so he would start shining shoes. And then at 9, he got his paper route. And I mean, he literally worked all of his life, earned every penny he had. So even though, I was the spoiled princess for a while, they always had me appreciate what we had.
Mm.
But yeah, I went as a normal little kid, went to school until I was about 14. And then my dad moved to Saudi Arabia and my mom and I moved with him. Woo! That was an eye-opening experience for a dumb little
Wow.
American girl. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
What
I had
was
to go to
that?
boarding school in England. So it was just, yeah.
What was that like? What kind of a culture shock did you go through going to Saudi Arabia and living there?
Oh, extreme. Extreme. Because, like I said, an American kid, I just started ninth grade. I was just a couple of months into a typical American high school, ninth grade.
Hmm.
And then I found myself in Saudi Arabia, y'all. It's not the South. It's not America. And they lost my clothing on the way up there. So I had like 2 jeans and 2 shirts. So we had to
Mm.
try and find westernized clothing for me
Hmm.
until I think it was 3 months later, I finally got my clothes. I'm like, God.
Oh my lord.
But yeah, to be fair, we lived in an international compound where all the foreigners who worked for Saudi Airlines in Dhahran, that's where my dad was, um, they didn't want the foreigners mixing with the native population, so they, and that was with any company. That's not
Hmm.
just Saudi Airlines. That was any company.
Right.
Every company had their own compound that and I say foreigners, Americans, English, Scottish, whatever you were, they stuck you all together. And so I did have some semblance of normalcy because the rules of the kingdom did not necessarily apply to that of the compound as far as clothing goes, dress, stuff like that. Now you couldn't drink; that was still a big no-no. There's no, at least at the time where in my compound, there was no drinking. That may have changed. I don't know because that was many years ago. But I got used to it. I got used to it, and it broadened my mind. It made me see beyond myself and my own viewpoint. So
Yeah.
I'm thankful to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it like for anyone who's been, just in America their entire life? What's it like going to school with so many different kids from different backgrounds and areas? I mean, was it easy for you to acclimate? Was it difficult?
God, at first it was really hard because there were kids from probably 30, 40 different countries in the
Mhm.
Saudi at Dhahran Academy. And it was just, every day when I was first there was something new. And I had to constantly, whether it was good or bad, it was new. And I was constantly having to, okay, I got to deal with this. Okay, I got to learn this. Okay, I got to, and again, I'd never been out of the States before. And then at the end of ninth grade, all the foreigners had to leave the country because the government did not offer education for you. So if you wanted to stay, you weren't getting educated. So my parents talked about it and they decided to send me to England instead of back here to America because it was about 15 hours. It's about a 15-hour plane ride from Saudi to the States. And it's only about
Mhm.
an 8 hour, give or take if there's a layover, an 8 hour flight from England to Saudi. And, I had to go home on Christmas vacation, Easter, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up at an all-girls Catholic school in England, y'all. Which, don't get it twisted, we got away with everything. We figured it out. We by the time I was a senior, I had that shit down. I knew what I could do, what I couldn't do, which nuns I could get away with stuff, which ones I had to hide from. We made it work. But yeah, so.
Let's see, what your entire high school experience was in a boarding school in England.
Pretty much.
So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, wow. Any interesting stories that come from that era, or life lessons that you still carry with you today?
I had an aunt call me a cheap hussy.
Oh my God.
Because she caught me kissing a boy at a school dance. And she didn't like me. Now, y'all, most nuns are very, very cool. Most of the nuns there were very cool. But for whatever reason, she never liked me from minute one. And she was like, "You're nothing but cheap. You're just a cheap hussy." And I was like, "Excuse me, sister, I am not a cheap hussy." And we had to call my parents in. They had to fly them to Saudi Arabia. Oh, my God. My year was rough there. It was. So, but most, again, once I got used to everything, it was very cool. Everything was awesome. We knew when we could sneak out and when we could come back in, and it is what it is. You roll with the punches. But I miss England. England became my second home. Because, those are formative years. Those are important years in your life. And all my old friends were here in America, and I'm over in England, and, I'm doing what the English do, and they're doing what the Americans do. And anyway,
Real quick, I want to say hi and thank you to everybody for stopping through. Science Fiction Audio Books. What's up, Zach? Brightest Day. He says, "Hail, y'all." Keely Chow is with us. What's up, Keely Chow? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Eltrich, Lord Haster. Hail, brother. Thank you for being in the chat. Lewis Sparrow is with us. Hey, all. Hi. How you doing? Thank you so much. Parrot Head. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Zax is with us. Hey, great to see you. Arwyn Avalon.
Zax.
Got Keely Chow out there sharing out links for Arwyn's channel. Guys, if you have not subscribed to this lady, please do. We support independent creators around here. Guarantee you're going to have fun. You go over there, watch some of them live streams. I was entertained, to say the least. Fun time.
Yeah.
Runner Blaze, what is up? Yo, dude, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Death by Saber is here. He says, Hola, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. Captain Trek is with us. What's going on, Captain Trek, guys? If you're up early in the morning and you want to watch some cool YouTube, and go check out Captain Trek's live streams, please subscribe to him. Subscribe to all these wonderful creators here. See, Chaos Hoy is with us. What's up, Chaos? Man, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for making me feel good. Thank you for saying hail to my guest. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Tina Bojan is with us. What's up, Tina? Channel member. Thank you for keeping the lights on. Love you, baby. Thank you so much for being here. Death by Saber for $10 says, take from these $10, YouTube will take 8 and give you 2 hail. Well, hail for them $2, Death by Saber. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Tim Possible is here, another great up-and-coming YouTuber. Yeah. Good to see you, Tim. The Red Gaze is with us. What's up, Gaze? Guys, please go check out Red Gaze's channel. Link in the description below. Also, check out SUNSWORN. This is an independent creator in our community. Wants to provide good content. This is fantasy sci-fi. Arwyn, if you're interested in reading some fantasy,
nice.
SUNSWORN is fantasy.
Yeah.
BC and then BCAK, the new Dark Shadow is here. What is up? Good to see you. It's been a while, man. Thank you for stopping through. Appreciate you. Phil TMNT, another great person in our community. Phil, love you. Always putting out that good positive vibes, dude. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Danny, Comic Chat is here. What up, bro? Hey, dude, another great creator. So many great creators in this community showing up, showing support for Arwyn. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Mods, if you can throw out links for any of you, the YouTubers in this chat, I would greatly appreciate it, guys. We'll support one another and keep spamming out those links for Arwyn's channel. Thank you very much, Tina. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. She says, happy birthday. Thank you. So tell me, Arwyn, what was it like coming back to the States? When did you come back to the States, and what was that transition like for you?
I actually came back permanently after I graduated high school. And it was kind of hard, actually. It was really hard because when you get out and you get a broader perception of life, and it's like you go from, your perception is this to this, because while I was there, I traveled all over Europe. So I got to see a lot of different countries. I got to see a lot of different cultures, meet a lot of different people. And again, the school I went to was an international school. So there were girls from all over the world.
Really?
And then I came back and I almost felt, I was really happy at first. I was happy to be back. I remember that first day I was back. I was just like, yay, I'm home. But then I almost felt stilted, like my world was too small. And it's really hard to explain. But, I've been in Georgia pretty much ever since, aside from, visiting other states. I haven't been out of the country since I had graduated high school. And it was really tough because I missed England terribly. I've never really been a super hot weather person. And, I'm in the deep South. So come on, we have summer and we have summer and we have summer.
I'm learning that. Just move down here.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
It's summer, y'all. It is what it is. And the humidity, and it's, ugh. But yeah, it was hard. It was hard. And, I kind of got teased a little bit, actually. Some of my friends teased me because, what they'd want to talk about, what I'd want to talk about didn't necessarily line up. And, they're like, well, you've been gone too long. And I'm like, well, shit, wasn't my fault. Sorry to disappoint you. I've been gone too long, but I got used to it. Once I started college, I was like, okay, it's time to buckle down, get serious, get some education. And it improved a little bit. It improved once I met an older group of friends who, had kind of, we were more on the same wavelength. Yeah, it was okay, but it was hard. The first year was hard to be back. It really was.
That sounds like a lot of changes to go through as a young person. How do you overcome feeling like a misfit or feeling out of place in so many as your life's being juggled around you?
God, that's an interesting question. How do you overcome that? I don't know if I ever figured that out because I just felt like I was rolling with the punches so much. I never really had time to sit down and, let's think about this. Let's process this. No, it was just like, damn, you get used to one thing and then boom, you're onto something else. But I think now that I'm older and I don't know about wiser, but I'm older and have, grown kids of my own. I try and tell them, sometimes you're going to feel alone and sometimes you're going to have stuff that is going to seem really hard to get through. But at the end of the day, only you can do it. And you got to dig deep and find that thing inside you that makes you you. And you got to have faith in that no matter what's going on around you, because A, not everyone's going to like you. B, not everyone's going to be nice about not liking you. People are going to talk and they're going to talk big and it's going to hurt. But, you just got to find something in yourself to make it happen. And if there's things about you personally that you don't like, not what other people say, because honestly, who cares what they think, but about yourself. If you want to change something about yourself, you got to find a way to do it, because at the end of the day, it's just you. There's no one else can do it for you. But I didn't really learn that lesson when I was young, so it was some hard times. Oh my God, if I could have my youth of that time, but my knowledge of now, it would be perfect. But
you'd be in a lot of trouble.
That's not how it works. Yeah, that's not how it works. Yeah, I'd be in a hell of a lot of trouble.
So tell us about your college experience in those years, coming into who you are now, your adulthood.
Oh, okay. My college, some of it's faded from memory.
Means it was a good time.
Well, some. The first year was hard. I actually, my true love for science fiction and stuff kind of started there. It wasn't until I met my late husband when I was in my last couple of years of college that he introduced me to a lot. He introduced me to Star Trek. He introduced me to, a lot of different things that I really thought, damn, this stuff is cool. It's not what I thought it was. I mean, I knew about Star Wars, obviously, but as far as Star Trek goes, my older brothers watched that. That was nerdy stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna play with Barbies. I don't know what's that. But then I found out, I guess I'm a nerd too, geek or whatever the terminology is nowadays. I loved it. I fell in love with it. I found the Next Generation, and then I found Deep Space Nine, and ooh, Deep Space Nine was my jam, and that just kind of opened up doors for me. But college was fine. College was good. I was a theater major, music minor, and I kind of found my wings there. I kind of found out who I really was and what I was really about when I was in college, and that's important. You got to find out what you're about and who you are, or you'll have problems in life.
Well, who are you?
Yeah.
What are you about? What did you discover?
Uh, I discovered I'm not so bright. It's true. I say I'm dumb, and I mean I'm not an idiot. I'm intelligent about certain things, but there's some things I just don't give a shit about, and I'm not going to waste my time trying to figure it out. Math, okay, I can balance the checkbook. I'm good. Science. Now, to be fair, if I had a better science teacher, or not better, excuse me, a more interesting science teacher, I think I really would have gotten into that. But it was just like womp 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 womp. You got the elements, and you got this, and I'm just like, oh God, get me out of here! I'm so bored. So yeah, there's some things I might not have the book smarts about. But I did learn a lot about life, and I learned a lot about how to navigate relationships, because I was you want to talk about drama, theater community, that's drama, baby. That is drama. And, it's like swimming up a shit stream without a paddle, just going where you go. I mean, just sometimes you're like, damn, y'all, just have a beer and chill the hell out, please. No more infighting. But yeah, I learned it's okay to not be the brainiest. Like I said, I'm intelligent in ways of the world, not necessarily book smarts, except for things you want me to Google. If you throw out nasty words for me to Google, I don't know what the hell any of those means. And I got a what the fuck y'all dictionary that everyone wants me to Google stuff, and I'll Google it. And I'm like, okay, I know what it is. I just didn't know that's what it was called. But yeah, it's okay to be you. It's okay to enjoy what you enjoy and be who you are. And if you're comfortable in your skin, that's what it's about. You're comfortable. They will come. They will gather. You will find your tribe. One day you will find your tribe, and it'll be fine.
Like attracts life. Stay positive.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So so tell me what. Wow, got my mic. Excuse me. I slapped my big black mic. Okay.
Okay.
So what? Tell me what. When did you meet your husband?
I met him, I believe it was my second to last year of college, and I met him through an ex-boyfriend who was my boyfriend at the time. And I remember I came in, and I saw this really handsome man sitting on the couch of my boyfriend's apartment, and he introduced me. He was like, Robert, Arwyn, Robert. And I said, hey, and then I disappeared upstairs, and I didn't see him again for a year. And it was like one of those meetings, but I remember thinking, damn, that's a good looking man. What's he doing hanging out with my boyfriend? Because I'm like you said, like attracts like, and I'm like, right. He's too good looking to be hanging out with what the hell's going on? And then my boyfriend moved to Florida, and we started talking, and I realized it was just, things were easy with him. They were easier with him, and we just had a connection, and it worked. So it was like, okay, well, boyfriend and I broke up, which was fine. I mean, shit, he was moving to Florida, and I was the last one to find out. So that wouldn't have worked. And yeah. And then we started dating, and a month later he asked me to marry him, and we were engaged for 3 years, and then we were together until he died. So 20 plus
beautiful.
Years.
That is beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. You don't hear a lot of till death do us part stories anymore.
No, I'm a hopeless romantic, so you just got me with that. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice. About your children. Did your children pick up? Do they have your strengths? What were imparted to them? Who are they?
To be honest, I think they're still figuring that out, and they do. It's funny. I see a lot of myself and my husband in both my children. My son physically looks just like me, but with his dad's coloring, the dark hair, the dark eyes. My daughter's got my coloring, the blue eyes, although she's a dark blonde, but she looked just like my husband. But yet to see their personalities, to see what they got from us, and what they're figuring out on their own is really interesting. And I think both kids, despite being in that area where they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with themselves and where they're going to go and stuff like that, they're actually incredibly strong. And the death of my husband was very hard on them, but they had to roll with the punches because, and I hate to admit this, but I kind of checked out for a year. I was there for them as much as I could be, but I checked out. I don't remember a lot of 2020 at all. I was very depressed. I was very despondent, and I did what I could for them, but they had to figure a lot of things out on their own, and they did it. To their credit, they did it. And now, they became a comfort for me. Yeah. Your parents should be, and when you're a parent, you should be a comfort for your kids. But then when your kids are at an age where they're a comfort for you, that's bizarre. That's kind of trippy. Then they're growing up.
I think that speaks to what you guys taught them and the strength you gave them for them to become your heroes.
I like to think it was all my husband. He was really the stronger one, but I don't know. I'm in there somewhere too. I am. But yeah. So they're good kids. They're good kids. I'm proud of them.
Excellent. So how did you get involved in this YouTube community? What made you start a channel?
Well, let's see. Okay, it was about a year and a half when I came out of this horrible, incredibly depression fog, and decided, I want to just start living again, because you get to a point where you're only existing, you're not really living, and that's no way to be. So I was, I started getting on YouTube and just kind of not even looking up pop culture channels or anything. I was watching cat videos and reruns of The Hobbit. I mean, that was pretty much all I watched just to get me from day to day.
Right.
And Loki's channel, Loki's Morning of Mischief, popped up in my feed one day. And what caught my eye was his dragon icon. And I remember thinking, okay, who the hell is this? This is Loki. Is this Marvel Loki? Is this a guy named Loki? Who is this Loki?
Right.
So I clicked on it, and Loki, he's larger than life. He draws you in. He talks to everyone.
Yeah. Great show. Great streamer.
It's a great morning show to get your blood pumping.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying hey to people. Shit, I even said hey to the Stream Elements bot. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a person. I'm like, hey, Stream Elements bot. Hey, I didn't know nothing about nothing. And but that don't stop me. I just go right in. I'm pretty much like a train. I'm head first. If it's good or bad, I'm head first. And then I kept, I enjoyed the show, so I decided to come back and watch another one. And then I saw Purple Valkyrie's channel, and I started watching her, and I just kind of branched off, and it got to a point where I realized I was recognizing people in the chat, and they were recognizing me, and they were responding to me. It wasn't just, oh, hey, it was, hey, Arwyn, how's your day? Or how you been? And I hadn't had that for a year and a half. I mean, I was alone, and that felt really good. And then one thing led to another, and I end up on a member stream on Purples. And then Loki asked me to be on his Women of the Fandom. And ever since then, and then Drew was like, hey, he saw BSG in my Twitter profile, and he's like, you like Battlestar Galactica? You want to be on Pegasus Actual? I'm like, is the Pope Catholic? Yeah. And then it just snowballed, and then people were like, you need to start your own channel. I'm thinking, why? I don't do anything. I just show up and talk. But I thought, well, why not? Let's do it. So I did.
I love that.
Here we are.
I love hearing that story. I think that's kind of along the same track. I started in the chats, meeting people. It was kind of a recluse to myself, raising my boy through a difficult time, and made friends, and then started streaming. Yeah, I mean that's
the real hook was Mary's game room when she tased Mark for her charity. I'm like, I don't know who these people are. They're batshit crazy, but my God, I love them. I want more. Yep. And I just stuck around. Started going to Mary's chat a lot. Yeah.
That's practically where I started, was in a Mary chat room. So yes, it's really cool to hear.
That was good, but that's it.
That is awesome. So you're just here for the ride, or are you building towards something? Do you want to monetize your channel? What do you have a vision for YouTube or for your social media?
I kind of do. It's not very detailed, but I think with my channel, I thought about, I mean, I'd love to be monetized too, who wouldn't have a little extra cash? That would be awesome. Right. But I was going to do a lot of really heavy pop culture stuff, but it's never worked out that way. I've somehow ended up being a channel that just shares weird things that have happened in my life. Some bad, some good, some strange, some paranormal. And then, of course, what I call the let's blow off steam Friday nights, Arwyn After Dark. Just bring whatever beverage you want, whether it's alcoholic or not. Bring it. It's Friday night. Let's decompress. Let's have a good time. Let's just fellowship. And, I think I may keep it that way, which is, being in the pop culture community. But there's something for everyone on every channel. And I just think that's where I see myself headed with my channel, is just kind of just sharing things and hoping somebody will find something they can use out of it, or just come by and have a laugh or two, or, whatever it is you want to get out of my channel, you're welcome to get out of it. I don't make any promises to be this bastion of knowledge of pop culture and all that. I'm just going to share what I got. And if you like it, toss a coin to your Arwyn, whatever. I don't know. What it is.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Fat Steven once described my channel as Walton just talks shit. Yeah, I can't really disagree with that.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Red Gaze out there. Please subscribe to Red Gaze and check out his SUNSWORN Wings of Vengeance. I can't speak right now. Let's say hi to people that stopped through. Tim, what's up, Tim? Good to see you. The lovely Sherry, thank you for stopping through, sweetheart. Good seeing you. A lot of good people in the chat. Death by Saber says, happy birthday, Walton. Apply for an AARP card. Really? Is it that bad? That's a little salt and pepper, man. I'm not that old. Darren, like my father before me. Evening all. Darren, my hero, my brother, going through a tough time last year, survived an illness, a very deadly illness, and he's still with us. That man is a fighter. My love to you, Darren. Glad you're here, dude. You're an example to anybody that if you stay positive and you keep going with it, you can survive anything. My love to you, brother. Let's see. Hail my international audience, by the way. Bad Bunny is here. What is going on? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping through, guys. Please support Arwyn Avalon. Subscribe to her channel. Appreciate you. And if you can, give to Drew's Give Send Go. He's going through some tough times right now. So if you could share that out, or give if you can, share if you will, be greatly appreciated. We rise together in this community. We look out for each other. We protect, defend, and look out, stand up for one another. Orville Nation is with us. What's up, PJ? He says, happy birthday, Steven. Dude, thank you very much. PJ, can't wait to get up with you. He threw me a link last night, and I couldn't get on your channel. I'm so sorry. I wanted to come on. I was just busy. Got a lot of writing going on, but I can't wait to talk to you, interview you for the Fandom Menace Volume 2. Love you, PJ. Thank you for supporting me and being my friend for so many years, dude. I much appreciate it. Mackany Draws is here. What is up, Mackany? Another great person in the community. Please check out Mackany Draws. We need to get this man to 1,000 subs. This man is Rogue alumni. He is one of my good friends. Check out his awesome streams with my OG TFM chat brethren, Bruce Lombardo, and my sister Mad's Mama Bear. There's good people over there, man. Love Mackany, dude. Thank you so much. He says, happy birthday, Steven, and hey, Arwyn.
Mac. Love you, Mac.
Thank you. Apex Comics is in the house. He says, hi, Walton. Hi, Arwyn. What's up, Apex? Guys, subscribe to Apex Comics, another up-and-coming comic channel in this community, comic book creator. Support your indie creators out there. We don't have an industry to support us. We only have each other, and we rise together. Thank you guys so much. Frankie Nose is in the house. What's up, Frankie? Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you. Let's see. Maria's in the house. We were just talking about you, Maria. What's going on, sweetheart? Thank you for stopping through.
She's beautiful. I love you, Maria. She's amazing.
Absolutely, she is. Guys, subscribe to Maria. Maria, please. And please ignore me. I apparently can't speak right tonight.
That happens.
Orville Nation for $2. Arwyn has great rapport with people The next Oprah. Oh, damn. Look at the next.
Oh, can I have her money too?
the next Oprah.
You get a car, and you get a car, and you all get cars. Except in my place, it'd be cats. You get a cat, you get a cat, you all get cats because I got a million damn cats running around.
Can we get a meme of this, please? Can we meme that? I know somebody out there can do it.
Oh my gosh.
Maria with T and Silly for $5. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Cheers. And all the good stuff. These Hug Arwyn. Hugh Arwyn. I think she meant hug. I think that was a hug.
I'm knocking my computer over. I love you, Maria. Right. Hug you back, baby.
Sorry, we're messing up all over the place. I've slapped my mic. I can't speak. You're knocking stuff over. It's all good.
You know what? It's the perfect imperfections that make life interesting.
Absolutely. Let's see. Red Gay says Oprah without the racism and corruption. Hell.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah.
Zach says I'll take the cat for your taxes. All right.
You got it, Zach. You got it, honey. God.
Right. Rye Kitty's in the chat. Another great up-and-coming channel. Rye Kitty was on Rogue Entertainment last week. Had a great time. Hopefully we can see her more often when she's able to stop by. Loved having you on, Rye Kitty. Thank you so much for being a supporter for so many years, being a part of this wonderful indie sphere, making it a brighter place. So to many of you in the chat, to all of you in the chat for supporting all these creators, supporting Arwyn, subscribing to her channel, putting the link out, subscribing to one another. We make our community, our fellowship as good as it is. We do that together by being good to one another. Thank you guys so much for being here. Mr. Tickletron for paying $2. Thank you so much. Channel member says, Arwyn is the only cool cat lady on the planet. I'll say, all right, hold up. Gotta do that for Mr. Tickletron.
I love you, Tickletron.
Thank you very much.
I know just about everybody in this chat. That's what I love about this community.
Me too. It's been a hell of an experience. When you were talking about going through that time, and then finding people that brought you in and brought you into their lunch table with those kids and started talking and hanging out. That's what it's all about. That's what it's been all about for me. It's why I started. It's why I started doing what I do and working with the people that I do and finding the great friends that I have. I love hearing those stories. That's why I'm writing a book about our community, because that's what it's been about. The misfits, finding one another. Sometimes when we really need each other. All right.
And I know I laugh and I make jokes and I keep things light, but to be honest, this community really has saved my life. I really was in a very, very, very dark place. And, when my husband died, I lost my husband, I lost my lover, I lost my best friend, I lost, the father of my children. I lost my touchstone. I had nothing to tether me here on this mortal coil, and I feel like I'm living in a completely new life, a brand new life. And I've had to stand on my own and learn who I am without a partner, without him there. I've had to learn, what the hell am I about now? Are there some things I like because we were used to liking it, or do I really like it? Who am I? I'm still kind of trying to find that out. But this community really did save me. And I don't want to say that lightly. It did.
And thank you to each and every person out there who did that for her, every friend who added light to our community. And that's what we do. My love to everyone. Thank you so much. So let's see. You were going to church during Harry Potter, huh? That kept you away from embracing that part of fantasy.
Yes, it did.
And I mean, we talked in the chats personally. So what led you to your new spirituality, your new spiritual outlook?
Well, okay, we're going to get real, right? Okay. I was in a very conservative Christian church for, like I said, about 15 years. And I won't lie, I loved it there. I made some very good friendships. I didn't have a problem with the way the Bible was being preached, with what was being said. That was all fine. I was good with that. And, I had it was a Pentecostal church. And great people, you know, and I mean, I'm talking on fire, like where you could, you know, not one of, and no shade to anyone who is in a very quiet church. Please don't misunderstand me. But y'all know me, I'm loud, okay? And I can't just sit there and just, no, I want to run around the church. I want to hoot and holler. I want to, you know, and I got to do that. And that felt good. You know, it felt good, praise the Lord, very openly and very with joy. Damn it, the Bible says, you know, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Do it. Let's be joyful. So I was able to do that. Unfortunately, later on, as will happen in any religion, sometimes people clash. And that's where problems come in. That's where the word gets twisted and distorted. People get nasty. And I don't know what it is, but I tend to, and I'll be honest, I have learned this in my life. I tend to bring out the very worst or the very worst in people, or the very best or the very worst in people. And I don't know why. I have not figured that out yet. People either like me, or some people are like, I can't stand you, and I've never even done anything to them.
Yes, I know what you mean exactly.
So here I am, and the first lady of the church decides, I don't like you. And it's not just, I don't like you. It's, okay, I'm going to like run home to mama, husband preacher, if you don't sit them down, her and her husband, and do something about this problem, which I still haven't figured out what the hell that problem was.
Wow.
But yeah, and we tried to work it out. We tried to, and I loved the pastor. He was fantastic. But the one thing that he did is he tried to counsel us as well as his wife, instead of bringing somebody in to be the mediator for him and his wife and for me and my husband. And it got to the point where I remember telling my husband this. I said, honey, I know we're trying. I know we're doing everything I can. You know, we can. But I'm dying on this vine. You know, my spirit is shriveling. You know, our kids can see it. You're not happy because, you know, your wife's being attacked and you don't feel like she's being protected. And, you know, and we tried. We did everything we could, you know, turn the other cheek and make things work. And, you know, and I look back and I'm like, damn it, sometimes I just wonder sometimes if I had told her, hey, back off of me and get a grip. You're supposed to be a Southern Christian woman and you're acting like, you know, the devil's up in your britches. You need to just calm your shit down and have a sweet tea and leave me alone. Sometimes I wish I had said that. And I think if I had, I might have put her in her place and we would have been fine. But I hate confrontation. So I took it and I tried to make it work. And whatever they wanted me to know, well, you can't be on the platform anymore, you know, Sister Avalon, because, you know, she's the leader and she doesn't want you on there. And, you know, we know it's not right, but we gotta pacify her. And I'm just, okay, whatever y'all want me to do, I'll do it. But damn it, now I'm just like, no, I should have stood my ground and spoken. I could have been nice about it, but I should have said, no, what you're doing is not right. I've never done anything to you. I've been nothing but nice to you. What is your problem? That's what I should have done, but I didn't. So we left. My husband said, you know what, at the end of the day, my wife is more important and she's miserable. And, you know, your wife is making her miserable and it's not right. It's not fair. We've been in this, you know, not in that church, but we had been in church for 15 years. We weren't newbies just off the street who didn't know how to do things and operate.
Right.
We knew. We were in leadership. We knew. And so we got out of church and I just, you know, started looking around and reading and I found my love for crystals. Oh my God, I love them. I just want them all so much. And I learned about energies, you know, working and you know, using energies. And I still believe in God and I still believe in Christ. I'm a monotheistic. I'm not even a Trinitarian monotheistic. I mean, I am, you know, Father, Son, Holy Spirit in one, not three persons, but in one. And that's just me. That's not, I'm not shading anyone else. I'm just letting y'all know my spirituality. And then I'm like, well, if he's God of all, you know, he created energy. He created these things. He created nature. We've got the wheel of the year. We've got the turning of the seasons. And I started paying attention to my mood and my shifts with nature. And, you know, and I'm an autumn baby. And let me tell you, I come alive when it's autumn. That's my spring. Autumn is my spring. That's my rebirth. That's my regeneration. And I just started kind of connecting the dots, and my husband was like, whatever makes you happy. He's like, I see you coming alive again. I see you, you know, blooming. He's like, I see you blooming.
Mm.
And I know I've told you this before, but and this is true. And in some circles, I'm too pagan for the Christians and too Christian for the pagans. And I've gotten pushback from both communities. Pagans are like, you can't believe that and be a pagan. Christians are like, you can't believe that and be a Christian. And I'm just over here doing my thing.
Right. Exactly.
So, that's me in a nutshell, y'all. Mm-hmm. That's what makes me tick.
Oh,
I'm a little woo-woo.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's well put. Well, I feel the same way. That's well put.
Yeah.
I mean, so that during that awakening period for you, what did you find out more about yourself or about your relationship to God and the world around you?
Pain is real. Shit happens to good people. It don't matter. But healing is real too. And love is real. And sometimes you got to just dig deep to find that love within yourself. But see, you know what? It starts with yourself, Stephen. You have to try and find a peace and a love for yourself before you can really give it to anyone else. Because you can love someone, but if they don't like themselves, they're going to have a hard time receiving that with openness and feel that genuine spirit that you're trying to give someone. And like everything else I do, I love hard. If I love you, I'm all in on that love. But I don't used to be that way, especially when I did leave the church. I mean, I was broken for a while over that. That broke me. That was my home. That those people in that denomination, most of my adult life, that's what it was. And I wasn't raised in it. I wasn't raised in a church. So I came to it on my own as an adult. In some ways, that's more powerful when you embrace something as an adult than when you're just taught something. So that was really, really hard to do. But yeah, I've learned, there's good and bad, and it's going to hit you. And if you have something in place, no matter what it is, that you can fall back on, that could make or break you. And that could be a world of difference. And I still have hard times. I still have moments of depression. I still have moments of, damn it, what am I doing? Who am I? But at the end of the day, we all need that. We all need that self-love. We all need that, there is something more than us, no matter what it is. But let's discover what that is. Let's go there. Let's go somewhere we're not used to. And it's scary, but damn, it's fun. It is fun. So, but yeah.
Beautiful. If there is something that you could impart a wisdom to your fans, to other people that you work with, something important lesson about in your life that you've learned in your life, what would that be?
We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. Like I said, sometimes bad things happen to good people. I mean, my husband was diagnosed at 52 with stage 4 cancer. He was terminal on the day they found it and pronounced it. They were like, you've got 2 years to live. And let me tell you, that'll change. That'll change you in a heartbeat. You'll go from living one path to that very night going, oh my God, I'm going to lose him. We're supposed to live, 80s and 90s. That's what everybody thinks. We're immortal, at least to the 80s and 90s, maybe 100s. No. And they were like, that's very, very aggressive form of cancer for 1 year age. They said, we normally do not see this until people in their last years of life. But, I think it was Pops that asked me, did I blame God? And I said, surprisingly, I didn't. I thought I would. But I had learned enough up to that point where things happen to everybody. It doesn't matter what you do, how good you're living, how good you are, whatever. Bad things happen, and you got to figure out, you got to roll with those punches. Because what's the option? There is no other option. Curl up in a fetal position and die? Shit, I got kids. I got responsibilities. I got cats. I got April 15th. I mean, stuff doesn't wait for you. Life goes on.
Right.
And you might need to go through a mourning period, and you may need to grieve, and you may need to do what you have to do, whatever, because pain is pain. It doesn't matter if it's a death of a loved one, if it's, you've got money problems, if it's your relationship, whatever it is, pain is pain. That's kind of become my mantra. Pain is pain, and we can all relate to pain. But yeah, you just got to realize that life is worth living. That scene where Sam tells Frodo, there is good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for.
Yep.
Damn it, that is true. Even if you are at the very bottom and the end of your rope, there's somebody or something out there that loves you. Don't give up on that love. Even if it's self-love, if you love yourself, don't give up on that love. Because there's no other option. You got to make it through it. You got to work it through. So that's probably what I'd say.
Hell of that. Thank you very much, Arwyn. Thank you to everybody in the chat for being here today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing out links, subscribing to Arwyn Avalon. Please share them out on your social media. Let's get this woman monetized. We need this positivity in our lives. Thank you very much to all my mods, and Arwyn. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Guys, do me a favor out there, support your independent creators, share out links for your favorite 2 or 3 YouTubers, people that, whether they're high or low, because we all know the grind. Share out those links for comic creators out there, your indie novelists, everybody. We don't have an industry support us. We only have each other, and we rise together. Do me a favor, be